Hello, my name is Tierra Thomas. I recently graduated from UCLA in 2019 with a double major in Communication Studies and African American Studies. I truly believe my essays played an instrumental role in my acceptance to UCLA, and I'm very confident in my essay writing skills. In this lesson, I will be sharing the essay that I wrote in 2015 that I believed helped me get accepted into UCLA. I believe the prompt was around what was your passion at the time and how do you believe this passion will help you get to your next level in life? Something related to that. So without further ado, let's jump right into the lesson. And I'm going to start by listing a few tips to keep in mind as y'all prepare to write your second essay prompt. These tips also tie into some of the tips that I mentioned in lesson 1. So this also may be a review for some of you. So tip number 1 is to mention your accomplishments. Whatever you have achieved throughout high school or outside in your community, make sure you mention that in your essay. So for example, if you were cross-country captain, or if you started some type of club, or however many community service hours you have gained, those type of things, you want to write those down, and then whenever you have the opportunity or whenever it makes sense, you want to include that in your essay. The second is to structure each paragraph. The structure of your essay and each paragraph is very important because this helps your reader read it easily and you want your essay to flow. Sometimes your reader can miss what you're trying to say if the structure of your paragraphs are a little confusing. So you want to make sure you're transitioning from one topic to the next. So we're also going to be focusing on the structure of our paragraphs as well as the structure of the essay in entirety. Next, you want to use lots of details and descriptive words. I mentioned this in lesson 1. You definitely want to try your best to paint a picture for your reader, and you do this by using as many details and descriptive words as possible. And I will give you examples of this as I read my essay. And once again, by using those descriptive words and those many details as possible, you're going to paint a picture for your reader. That should be one of your goals as you read throughout your essay and reflect on what you're writing. Are you seeing a visual of what you're trying to say? You want to paint a picture for your reader, and that will also show if you're flowing from each topic for the next, if it's easy for you to paint a visual or some sort of story as you go throughout your essay. And last, you want to use specific examples. Specific examples are really great because it pulls your reader in. It makes them feel like you're telling them a personal story and they're really getting to know you. So you can use lots of specific examples if they make sense and they fit into the topic of your essay. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and get right into the essay. I'm going to start by reading my first paragraph to you all. So this is the introductory paragraph. And remind you, I believe the prompt at this time that I was writing on, what is your passion and how do you believe that passion is going to take you to the next level in life? Something similar to that. So this is the question I'm responding to. As a young girl, I fulfilled the stereotypical dot of a television serving as a child's best friend. Indeed, I was fascinated and innocently addicted to TV. However, I didn't have my eyes glued to the television set for the same reason the majority of children my age did. I was not entertained by what was on the TV, but rather interested in how that image was produced. Through this curiosity, my passion for videography emerged. So let's take some time to analyze and reflect on what I was writing about. As you can see, I took my time and I introduced what my topic was. I actually introduced the topic in itself in the last sentence of my paragraph. It's up to you if you want to do something like that. If you do, I suggest that those first few sentences are really descriptive and leading up to the topic that you're going to be introducing. If not, go ahead and introduce that topic in the first sentence. Just do it in a really creative way that grabs your reader's attention. So I'll read what I said. As a young girl, I fulfilled the stereotypical dot of a television serving as a child's best friend. So at that moment, my reader's reading that and it's like, where is this essay going to go? You're interested to see what the next sentence is going to bring. You want to keep that mentality as you're writing your essay, especially in your introduction paragraph, because it's really capturing the attention of your reader. And it's setting them up for exactly what you're going to be talking about throughout your essay. So once again, make sure you're trying to get creative and descriptive with your topic, and make sure you're answering that prompt in your first paragraph as soon as possible and that you're building up to what that topic is going to be about. And we can look at how this paragraph connects to some of the tips I mentioned earlier. So for example, the words fascinated and innocently addicted. That really is some descriptive words, right? We're using some adjectives, some different words there. So you want to go out of your way and use describing words that your reader can either touch, taste, or feel. All right, let's move on to paragraph number 2, the first body paragraph. It wasn't until the 5th grade that I truly knew that videography was my passion, after joining my school's video crew. On this team, I was first exposed to editing, cameras, and broadcasting. I stretched my passion outside of the classroom into the community by attending workshops on editing, reporting, and directing, many times being the youngest or only child in the room. So in this paragraph, you can see how I'm diving into the topic and starting at the very beginning, when my passion for videography first emerged. So you want to look at your prompt and see if you're able to create some type of chronological order for how you can respond to or address that prompt. If not, don't worry, just make sure that you have each topic and that you're allowing your topics to flow to each other. So this connects to some of the tips I mentioned earlier. In this paragraph, you can see a specific example that I mentioned. I talk about how I went to community workshops. A lot of times I was the youngest person or only child in the room. That's something that's going to stand out to my reader, and that's probably why I mentioned it. You want to be able to brag on yourself a little bit, but make sure that it ties into whatever topic you're discussing. You don't want to be mentioning random facts or accomplishments about yourself if it doesn't relate to the topic of the essay, but if it does, go ahead and brag on yourself a little bit and talk about what you achieved and how you got to the position that you are at. Once again, use examples that distinguish you and make your essay memorable to your reader. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to the third paragraph, which will be body paragraph number 2. Now, as a high school senior, some of my biggest accomplishments are in the field of videography. My sophomore year, I served as executive producer of our news crew because of the skills and knowledge I had in the field. 2 times, I have represented Lake Gibson High School as the Student of the Year at Polk County Video Awards by showing leadership amongst my video peers. I have also produced several award-winning commercials and music videos. Body paragraph number 3, which is actually the essay paragraph number 4, just so that I can review and analyze and give tips on these 2 paragraphs together. So the next paragraph is, in 2008, 2012, and 2014, I was awarded Female Solo Announcer for a video selection of reporting and anchoring clips at the Polk County Video Awards. Through these accomplishments, I have gained recognition in my community and at the county level. Recently, I was asked to serve as a reporter for the Polk County School Board TV channel at the annual WE3 Expo. Through all the editing workshops and studying, I have accomplished passing the Final Cut Pro 10 certification test. I am a proud FCPX certified editor, a title that very few 16-year-olds hold in the field of videography. So as you can see, reflecting on these 2 paragraphs and analyzing them, you can see I went into juicy detail on my passion for videography. I go ahead and give specific examples. I even list some of the years of the accomplishments that I achieved and why I achieved those things, what type of skill sets that I had. I get as descriptive and as detailed as possible. You definitely want to do that when you're responding to your prompt. Whatever that topic is, get as many details, descriptions, and examples as possible to input in your essay and really enhance it. You want to feel it while staying on topic. Don't get caught up trying to include examples that may seem really interesting, but they don't go with your topic. Make sure you're staying on topic and just fill it with as many related details as possible. Looking back, I really believe that if I outlined my essay beforehand, that I could have specified the topic of each paragraph and transitioned into each paragraph better. I do agree that my essay flowed, but I do believe the structure of it could have allowed it to flow a little bit better. So once again, make sure you stay tuned for lesson 3, where I'm going to be going into details on how to write an outline, and this lesson is going to be extremely useful for you if you actually feel like you have writer's blocks, and on how to elaborate on some of your paragraphs and fill them with more details and more descriptions. So in conclusion, we know that we can enhance our essays by using lots of description and details, structuring our paragraphs in our overall essay beforehand with an outline, and also listing some of our accomplishments. I hope these things really helped you and are going to be useful when you're responding to your prompt. Once again, if you would like some one-on-one tutoring or essay proofreading, make sure that you connect with me on the Linkstory platform, and make sure you check out lesson 3 so that you can see details on how to outline your essay and how to prepare before you start actually writing your essay. It's been Tierra. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I look forward with connecting with you all on the Linkstory platform.